Hello, YouTube, and welcome to The Builder's Diaries, where I build a business and a body at the same time. Today, I'm going to be talking about the body, talking about how I'm going to be breaking down the body and breaking down the body that I just built. It happens. I'm going to be going into a regenerative detox, and I wanted to share what I was doing or what I am doing and kind of share with you guys what I'm going to be doing with my health moving forward and let you guys know. So I did a bioenergetic test a couple weeks ago, and I did share those results. If you haven't watched that video, you can go back and watch that video. But I had to go through a health protocol after this. Some things that came up in the bioenergetic test were I had a lot of fungus in the body, so Candida type conditions going on in the body. I had a huge viral and bacterial load in the body, and I probably have a little bit of parasite activity going on due to the fungus and all the other things that are going on. So she really wanted me to work to get the fungus out of the body. And my health practitioner did not want me to be on fruit, because any health practitioner that tries to overcome Candida tells you to stop eating fruit. Most health places or health practitioners will tell you you cannot eat fruit while you have Candida if you're trying to overcome Candida. And I'm going to tell you right now, it's not the fruit, you guys. It's how you're eating the fruit. It's how you're combining the fruit with other foods. And I was eating 100% raw when I was in my challenge, and I wasn't really mindful of food combining principles. It's something that when I first went raw, I was very aware of, and I stuck to it to make sure that, I didn't have any issues. I didn't have any bloating. But it's now something I'm having to go back to make sure that I'm not creating fungal conditions in my body. I'm not creating conditions where all of the fruit is fermenting in the body because I'm not eating it properly. So now I was going to go low protein, honestly. Like I had the entire intention of doing this exactly how, a regular practitioner would put you through, like a low fruit Candida diet friendly diet. That was my goal. That was what I was going to do. And last week I actually bought tempeh. I bought tofu. I bought a lot of, cooked things, and I was bringing in more things, and cooking sucks. Like I was just like, it was the first time I turned my stove on almost all year, I think, last week, because I baked tempeh. I cooked something. I sauteed tofu and some bok choy. So I was actually like doing stuff on my stove, which I haven't used my stove at all. So cooking sucks. I was like, I don't want to do this. It's hot outside. It's hot in my house. I'd rather just eat something cool. Fruit flies in my house, lots of fruit flies in my house. But that I didn't really like. I didn't like the feeling that I got after. I felt just really full. I didn't like how I felt just looking at the meal. I made a meal. It was roasted butternut squash, and then I had some kelp noodles with a pesto, and the pesto wasn't very good because I used the wrong kind of basil. But the butternut squash, I roasted it, and then I was eating it, and it was just like I had to force myself to eat this, you guys, like force myself to get it down. And I'm just like, that shouldn't be the case with food. You should look at food and just feel like, oh my God, I want to eat, like you should look at it and just feel love and light and like want it to be appetizing. You should want to eat it. And I was just like, I have to force myself to eat this food. And I just wasn't connecting with the cooked food, the cooked plant-based higher protein food. And I was like, I can't do this. Like, I don't want to do this the next 4 weeks, and I was just like, as much as I really don't want to, go low protein, lose these amazing muscles that I built, you guys, I'm going to at this point. The cool thing about detox is you break the body down to build it back better. And when you do build it back, you build it back faster, you build it back better and stronger. So I probably will lose some muscle over the next month or two, depending on how long I do detox. But I know that going back out of it, I know exactly what to do because I did it in my 6-week challenge, and I'll be able to build muscle a lot quicker and be able to kind of get that back. So I'm going through a little bit of like a mourning period, I guess, because I love my body right now, you guys. I have this like perfect body. I love it so much. And I'm just sad that I'm probably going to lose a little bit of the muscle tone that I have in my arms just from not eating, that high protein meal that I was eating. And it's really interesting because I have a book I'll show you guys. I have this book about proper food combining works. And before ChatGPT and before all of this, we really had to look at books and read books to learn this kind of information because the internet doesn't have this kind of information out there. Google kind of does, but not really, so you really have to pick up books. But this book is called Proper Food Combining Works by Lee Dubois. And this is one of my favorite books about food combining. It's actually got a chart in here, and it tells you, what you should be eating with what. And the basics around food combining is basically eating the same food that digests in the same time with other food that digests in the same time. So you're not eating fruit that takes, 30 minutes to an hour to digest with nuts, which will take 12 hours to digest. So when you're taking 12 hours and then 1 hour, the fruit's not just going to go and then the fats are going to wait. No, the fruit's going to sit in there for 12 hours and also ferment and putrefy in your gut while the other stuff is actually digesting. So we don't want to be doing that, especially if you're like me and you have fungus conditions, especially if you have Candida. You do not want to be doing that at all. The biggest no-nos are mixing protein and starches, and I was 100% doing that. Mixing proteins and fruit, huge no-no. Mixing fruit with anything, huge no-no. And I was doing all of this. My protein shakes were coconut, or it was my protein powder. So it was the one ingredient pumpkin seed protein powder with, some coconut water or some fruit. And I would maybe throw in some chia seeds. So I was kind of getting that protein, fat, and carb. You don't want to do that. You don't want to do that, especially if you're eating a high fruit raw diet. You don't want to do that. I created these conditions. I 100% did it. And it's hard to explain this to another health practitioner that's not trained in this way, because everyone thinks sugar, oh my gosh, Candida sugar, you can't do that. But it's not about the sugar, you guys. It's about what you're eating around the sugar. And it's hard to explain that to people, but I'm it wasn't the fruit that caused this to me. It was what I was eating the fruit around. It's how I was eating the fruit, because I would eat a heavy meal, a heavy cooked meal, or not cooked meal, but heavy fat, carb, protein meal. And then at night, maybe I'd finish it with a melon. And that's a huge no-no, huge no-no. So I don't want to be doing that. I can no longer put bananas in my protein shake. You don't want to mix bananas and protein at all. So that was a bummer, because I really like doing banana protein powder and dates. Huge no-no on all of those. I cannot no longer do those at all. So when I am doing a fruit-based smoothie, I can add coconut water. But when I'm doing a protein powder smoothie, I cannot add coconut water. I can only add water. I can add grains, and I can add some fats if I really want to. So a little bit of a different combinations. I'm going to be mostly probably 99% raw. I'll probably be still eating some olives because I like olives, but mostly 99% raw. I'm going to be going to a kind of level 1 or level 2 regenerative detox diet, which is mostly fruit, a lot of leafy greens, and salads and fruits, basically green juices, fruits and fruits and fruits. So I'm going to do something that a lot of people don't believe that you can, is I'm going to get rid of Candida with a fruit-based diet. And I love sharing this because most people think it's not possible, but in my world, it's not possible to get rid of it without doing this. So it's just a different mindset, you guys. I know I can do this. I just have to be really good about not cheating. I cannot cheat at all. Cheating to me just it ruined it. It will set me back, so it's I cannot go out and have a vegan chicken nugget or a vegan burger or anything that's not really properly food combined, or something really starchy, or something just a protein and a starch together. That will really set me back. And it's something that is not the next 30 days. It's the next 6 months to a year. I got to be really, really, really careful about what I'm eating, because I am creating these conditions, you guys. We create all of the things in our body, either mentally or physically. We are creating, or our environment that we're in. You create every single thing that happens in your body. And I am creating the conditions for this to happen. So I have to just rein it back in and just understand, okay, don't do that. Don't do that. Eat differently, So I wanted to share with you guys kind of what I'm taking for my protocol, because I'm not really taking 100% what I would, recommend for a client, because I don't believe in taking vitamin supplements, but I am taking some vitamin supplements just because I'm curious, and it was what I was recommended. So I am taking, the first thing I'm taking, I want to show you guys, I needed to be taking this more, but this is an old bottle of Sky vodka, because I use Sky vodka when I make my tinctures. I actually made this herbal tincture. This is an herbal tincture. It's just, it's burdock root, plantain leaf, black walnut, chaparral, marshmallow root, astragalus, and turmeric, and alcohol. So it's basically an herbal tincture that is kind of like a heal all. It's really good for everything in the body. The black walnut in there will be good for the parasites. The dandelion is good for the marshmallow is good for the gut. The turmeric is really good for the inflammation. So there's a lot of really good things in here, and it's like a whole body, feel good type tincture. This really hits everything in my body. I made this. I need to start taking it. So I'm telling myself I'm taking it. I'm taking about 2 dropperfuls twice a day, and I have my own little thing. I take 2 dropperfuls, and the dropperfuls are just about that much, half of the dropperful. So I'll take 2 of those twice a day, morning and night. And then I'm also taking this. This is something that I was taking before, and it came up in my last bioenergetic test. And the first time I ever did a test about a year ago, this botanical, this is kind of like it's a botanical, so it's got herbs in it, but mostly flowers and like flower parts. Yeah, I'm like passiflower. Yeah, I can't even pronounce it. Most of these are flowers, but it's a rainforest botanical. It's a stress formula. It's for my stress and for my adrenals. I'm kind of in fight or flight a little bit, but when I first took my test about a year ago, I was extreme fight or flight. I was like so much fight or flight. Now I think I needed 30 drops of this. Now I only need 3 drops of this twice a day. So a lot less. My body is getting better, but I still need this for my nervous system. The next thing I have been taking, and you guys, this is a godsend. I would highly recommend this to anybody, actually. If you have digestion problems, if you have gut problems, if your gut's kind of just, I was having a lot of pain, digestion pain, a lot of bloating, not really gas, but just, I didn't feel right, but my stomach was hurting a lot. I started taking ginger pills. So ginger pills I started taking, morning, afternoon, and night, or really with my meals. And this will really help your digestion. So my practitioner wanted me to take either digestive enzymes or ginger pills. And obviously I'm going to go to something that's cleaner for the body. So ginger pills. You could take this as a tincture as well if you really wanted to take a ginger as like a liquid. I thought this was easier because you could just pop them in. It's easy, but I take this 3 times a day, the ginger, and it's literally really helping my stomach. I really like it. Something else that I tested for hormones to kind of help my hormones, because I am 41 years old. I'm in that perimenopause cusp, I guess. I don't think I'm experiencing it at all, but I don't know if I'm going to feel any symptoms because of my diet. So there's a whole mystery on that fun stuff, but I'm taking red clover. So red clover is really good for the hormones as well. This is something that my body tested for. So I'm taking this twice a day, and I started this about a week and a half or 2 weeks ago. I started the stress, the ginger, and all these things about 2.5 weeks ago. And so I needed to bring this in last week, and I waited because I wasn't really sure where my diet was going to be. But I'm now taking, it's Candida C Forte, Candida Sid Forte. I don't know. It's by Orthomolecular. I got this through my health practitioner. This is not something you can buy just online. I think you could actually buy this on Amazon, but it's like over $100. So don't do that. You guys go through a health practitioner. Don't take things that you just want to take. Take things that are actually recommended to you by health practitioners. Literally don't go on Amazon and buy this unless you have been told that you need to do something like this. This is specifically designed for my body, and my body tested for this. So this is a new thing. This is mostly herbs. I'm a little bit against vitamin pills, but there's a high amount of biotin in here, and biotin is apparently really, really good for the blood sugar issues and good for the issues with the candida in the gut. So I don't know. There's sodium from sodium capolate in here. I don't love those things in my pills, but there's also cinnamon bark. There's German chamomile. There's ginger. Again, there's pas d'arco, which is a really good parasite herb. It's also really good for fungus and candida. There's oregano in here. There's verbene in here. So there's some really good herbs in here, which I wasn't too opposed to it just because it does have those really good herbs. And I know those herbs are actually very good for fungus. So I'm doing her recommendation. And then another thing that my body actually tested for was this Dandy Blend. And Dandy Blend, when I first saw it, I was like, I don't want to drink that coffee because Dandy Blend is a product. It's like a coffee replacement. It's a no caffeine coffee replacement. But this Dandy Blend is literally just, it's botanicals. So it is dandelion, milk thistle, something I can't pronounce, licorice root, barley grass, barberry, argamy, cilantro, so it's literally just herbs. So this is really good for my liver gallbladder. This is going to help with that because, right now I'm processing toxins, and you want to support the liver as you're moving toxins out of the body. So this is going to help with that. I also have liver disease. So my liver has gotten so much better, a lot better, but I still need to do a little bit of support. So we're supporting it as I'm cleaning up a little bit. So that's what I'm taking right now. Next week, I'm going to be adding in one more hormone supplement, I guess, which I'm going to be taking a vegan version of evening primrose oil. If you just buy evening primrose oil on its own, it's not vegan because the gelatin in the capsule. So you have to actually buy a specific vegan one so you don't have gelatin. But I've taken it before. It came up on my last test and it told me to take it. So I need to take it again. I really liked it. When I took it, my hair, it helped my hair look better. It helped my nails look better. It's really, really good for your hair, nails, and skin. It's good for hormones. Great for women. Something I tested for, so I'll take it again. It's fine. I'm okay with it. And then the last thing is, so I actually have to check. She was mailing me a homeopathic remedy. So based on my scan, it's got it's basically formulated to exactly the things that I need to help balance my body based on that scan that I did. And it's free as part of the whole thing that I did with her. So I'll start taking that as well soon. It's probably in my mailbox. I should probably go check. Yes, definitely probably in my mailbox. I never check my mail. When you live in a condo, it's just, you never check your mail. But yeah, so this is fun, and I'm gonna make sure that the diet's there, make sure I'm taking the supplements, as I need to take the supplements. I have a whole, I'll show you guys. I've got a whole, she gave me a whole protocol, I guess. This is my whole protocol. It tells me how long to do it, like when I'm taking it, what I'm taking. And a lot of these I'm not taking. I think she also told me to take magnesium, potassium, and I was like, I'm going to get that through my diet. She told me to take, what was it? Yeah, it was just magnesium, potassium, and then bentonite clay too. I might bring in bentonite clay at the end after I do probably maybe the last week of this. I'll go in and bring in the bentonite clay. So I'll drink this bentonite clay at night, and basically that goes in, and it's kind of like a binder. So it will go in and bind any of the toxins. So it might be a really good cleanup, or if I'm not getting the fungus out of the body. So how do you know if you're getting fungus out of the body? That's the next question. It's going to smell. So you will smell it when you go to the bathroom. It will smell like pneumonia. You will have a lot of bubbles in your urine. So I'm waiting for that because it hasn't really been happening yet. You might get really itchy. Fungus will make you itchy. So you might feel itchier than normal if you're kind of working on it and maybe it's not getting out of the body properly. So yeah, we'll see. I haven't really had any issues. I haven't had any sort of detox reactions with these. I mean, I've just been taking what I've taken before in herbs, so I shouldn't have any reactions. I'm curious. I'm on day 2 of these. I shouldn't really have any reaction. I mean, it's just some vitamins I don't normally take because I don't take synthetic vitamins. But yeah, I really shouldn't have any reactions with the stuff that I'm taking. So other than just getting the fungus out of the body, eating a lot of fruit, staying raw, and just being extremely mindful of my food combining. Like that is the biggest thing right now is food combining for me. That is the biggest thing that's going to make a difference. And so the cool thing about my practitioner is she's going to let me take this whole bottle, and then we're going to re-scan and see where the Candida levels are, because she thinks that I'm not eating fruit right now, but we're going to go back, we're going to rescan, we're going to see, okay, was I able to kind of clear it out, or do I need to go and do another bottle of this, or do I need to do even deeper work on that? So that's cool because I'll be able to kind of see, am I on the right path? Like, do I just say, okay, Kelly, fruit's not working, so it's really cool because I'm going to be able to see that if it works or not, and I'm going to be able to see real quickly, like, Kelly, this didn't work, or crap, you made it way worse by eating all this fruit. And what are you doing? But I don't think that's going to be the case at all. So I'm interested to see what happens. Maybe you guys are interested to see. God, there's so many fruit flies in here. There's literally fruit flies all over my house. So hopefully, yeah, I'll keep sharing what's happening with it. And yeah, so a little bit of a different episode today because I'm sharing my health protocol and haven't really been sharing too much about health. I am a certified regenerative detox practitioner through Dr. Robert Morse. So I've been trained on this a little bit deeper than most people, a lot deeper than most health practitioners. I do know how the body works as a whole. Even the practitioner that I go to and get my bioenergetic scans, she wants to refer people to me because she doesn't understand how to work on the body as an entire whole. And that to me is kind of crazy. But even her protocol, it's very much grouped into the organs. But I'm just, in my head, I'm like, how are we supporting the elimination channels? That the kidneys aren't being supported in this, the skin's not being supported in this. Like, how are we supporting the urinary tract in this? So there's a lot of things that she's missing a little bit, but I'm open to trying new things from different people, and I'm kind of doing a little bit of hers and a little bit of mine, and we'll see what works. And if it doesn't work, I'm going back to Dr. Moore's herbs because I know Dr. Moore's herbs work. There's a formula called Parasite M, and Parasite M is really, 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 really good for fungus. Really good for fungus. You're going to be taking a lot of bottles of Parasite M as well, though. So I've probably taken maybe 8 bottles total ever in my life. So I gotta probably just take more. I've got a lot of fungus in the body. If you have a lot of moles, which I do, I have a lot of fungus in the body. Lots of fun. It's something I've been dealing with for a long time, and I'll probably continue to deal with it for a while. You can see it in my eyes. You can see it, in any tests I take, and gotta get this, taken care of. And the best way to take care of it is I have to be so strict with food combining, unfortunately. So no more burgers, no more, I don't eat burgers, but no more vegan burgers, no more vegan chicken nuggets, no more mixing starches and fats. Got to be better about it. So, all right, guys, take care, and I will catch up with you guys soon.